been a little while since I posted a video, and that's actually what I want to talk about in this one today. For those of you who don't know, I am disabled. I have a chronic illness and a birth defect that causes severe pain in my back and my knees. So sitting upright isn't really something I can do easily or for very often. And the reason why I bring this up is because I've noticed that there seems to be this unhealthy obsession with overworking yourself in the art community. And I don't mean that it's wrong to do a lot of work, or that if you have a strict schedule and you're constantly painting or drawing that you're doing something bad. What I mean is that this push where if you aren't getting out a drawing every single day, or you're not posting a video on the same day every single week, that you're somehow lazy, or that you're not doing what you should be as an artist. Not everyone is physically or mentally capable of holding themselves to the same schedule that someone else may be able to. I have been trying to force myself into a schedule of drawing every single day, of video recording and editing and posting at least once a week, and because of my disabilities, I have been forcing my body and my mental health into a very dangerous position for myself. And one of the reasons I do this is because I am convinced that because I'm not able to get out 2 videos every single week, or even just a video every single week, that I'm not able to post to Instagram every single day in order to try and build my following, that I'm somehow not trying hard enough, or that I'm not serious enough about art. And that's only forced me into this spiral where I believe that I'm doing something wrong and that I'm not good enough. And then believing that I'm not good enough has led me to stop trying. And it's not healthy for myself, and I can't imagine that anybody else who's in the same position as me, where it's just not feasible to do a strict schedule or a lot of work, or sitting down for 3 hours and painting so that you don't have odd lighting cuts in your film. It's okay to not be able to do this sort of thing. I have been trying to focus less on putting things out on specific days, on making sure that I am recording on every single day, that I've got a video a week, that I've got a backlog of footage. I'm taking a step back from that. And what I have done instead is I have started tracking my pain levels, and I've started tracking my mood, my emotional capability of doing work, because art can be cathartic, but it's still labor. It's still work, and it's still going to affect your mental health, and your mental health is still going to affect what you are capable of doing. And instead of forcing myself to meet my schedule, I am tailoring my schedule to meet myself. I've had some ups and downs with it. It's a new system, and it's going to take me a while to figure out how to do it properly and how to maximize what I can do without hurting myself. But I think that in the end, it's going to be better for not only my art, but me as a whole. And I wanted to take the time to really honestly talk about what's going on and how I think it affects everybody and how the art community is really... I don't want to say that the art community is ableist, but there are some seriously ableist ideas and ideals that are passed around. The thought of laziness in terms of mental health is something that gets thrown around a lot. It's a word I've heard used by not only other artists that I've interacted with, but other YouTubers in regards to people who can't follow a strict schedule. I believe that a strict schedule is important, but I don't think that a schedule at the cost of your mental health or your physical health is more important than who you are and how you can manage things. I've started using to-do lists instead of following a schedule, and instead of trying to get everything on it done, I have started checking off every step of the item I have completed. Because it's one thing to look at a to-do list and check off, I made a YouTube video. And it's another thing to look at a to-do list and see that I have filmed, I have edited, I have rendered the real time for my Patreon, I have edited down to the YouTube length, I have recorded a voiceover, I have color adjusted the footage, I have rendered it out and I have uploaded it, I have selected music, I have done the credits properly for my description. There's a lot of steps that go into every single thing that I was putting on my to-do list. And on my schedule, I was giving myself 2 hours for editing. I was giving myself 2 hours for a full painting, but I wasn't considering how many steps I was taking and just how those steps were affecting my physical well-being, how taxing they were. And it's one of those things in the art community that I think it's very easy to say that somebody is lazy when you don't know anything about them. You don't know what they're going through, you don't know what their capabilities are, and you don't know what their limits are. And I don't want to say that it's foolish or that it's mean, or that people who throw around the term lazy are mean-spirited. But I do think that it's harmful, especially for new artists or people just starting to make art into their career, to put it to the front burner. Because a schedule or a system and consistency is not something that's easily gained. You have to work at it. They say that a habit takes 20 days to build, but only 10 to break. And when you are in a position where your job, your schooling, your family life, your physical or mental health has you out of a schedule for weeks at a time, will keep you from being able to hold to filming for an hour every single day or posting once to Instagram a day. It's very easy to fall into the thought that you're somehow being lazy because other people can do it, why can't I? And it's one of those things that I think people need to start considering on a more individual level. To understand what other people are saying when they suggest making schedules or when they tell you to post every single day. And then to honestly look at yourself and say, can I do that? And instead of trying to force yourself to break into this new schedule that is detrimental to who you are and your health, to instead adjust the schedule to what you can do. Instead of trying to force myself to post to Instagram every single day, I've decided to post to Instagram once a week. Because I am not comfortable posting whips, or works in progress, I guess, on Instagram. It doesn't feel right to me. Somehow, it's one of those, I want to almost call it imposter syndromes. I've seen plenty of other people post their unfinished work before, or like sneak peeks of what they're working on, but when I do it, I feel lazy. And there's that word again coming back up in a way that is detrimental to my workflow. I haven't been posting because I don't think I'm good enough to post, and just because other people can do it doesn't mean that I'm allowed to, or that I'm capable of it. One of the things that I am slowly learning over time is when something is overwhelming, when it's too much, it's okay to step back and to look at it critically and say, this is too much, and I'm allowed to not do it in this way. I cannot post a video every single week of a fully finished portrait. I can't sit down and paint for 4 hours at a time and get the perfect footage for my artwork. I have 2 people who live in the house with me, and I live right across the street from a public pool. I can't voice over record every single day for every video that I'm able to make. And I can't expect myself to be able to do what an able-bodied and able-minded person can do, and have been working for years to be able to do, when I am just starting out and I have got different physical and mental capabilities than what they do. Over time, will I be able to find a schedule that works for me? Yes. But I can't expect that to happen overnight, and I can't expect to be able to change my entire life all at once just because a tutorial on how to get noticed on Instagram told me I had to post every single day. I can't allow other people saying that artists who only post once or twice a month are lazy to keep me from putting my health first in order to fit to this arbitrary standard that they have outlined for other artists. The most important thing that I can say is take everybody's advice with a grain of salt. It's not going to work for you every time, and if it does, that's wonderful. But if it doesn't make you less of an artist. It doesn't make you a worse person. And it doesn't mean that you're being lazy, or that you're not doing enough, or that you are somehow failing because you cannot keep up with other people. The best thing to do in situations like this, where it's so common to hear somebody say, just do it, or you're being lazy, you're putting it off, maybe you don't love art as much as you thought you did, is to remember that they aren't you, they don't know you, and they don't know your capabilities. And that it is completely and utterly alright to step back and tell them, no, you're wrong, I'm an artist and I'm doing the best I can. And with that, I think I'm going to let some music play for the rest of the video. And I hope that everyone is having a great day, and that what you're working on in your art is going where you want, and that you are taking leaps and bounds towards the goal you have for yourself.